Hello everybody and welcome to the YouTube channel. So this video is all about your spirit animals and how they want to connect to you and just what they have to say. So there are 3 piles below and there is one animal per pile. So pick which one is calling to you and then skip to the timestamp. And then in this reading, we're going to be using tarot and oracle cards and also uh, a message from your spirit animal. So each animal has, different characteristics or can mean different things. For example, when I think of a moose, I think of strong and resilient. I think of a vulture, I think of transformation. Throughout our lives, we often channel our spirit animals without knowing. For some people, it can be a cat that randomly appears, and next thing you know, you're a cat owner. Or you see a stray dog and you take the dog in, or even adopting a dog. And for me, it's always been squirrels. So, like, whenever I'm feeling just frizzled or I'm not enjoying my life at the moment, I'll often see squirrels to remind myself, or for them to remind me, to live life graciously, hop around the tree, be joyous and happy. Just little things like that. Your spirit animals are always reaching out to you. In this reading, you may get your favorite animal, or perhaps an animal you don't even think about often. But there's definitely a message that this animal wants to convey to you, and I will see you on what pile you choose. Hello, pile number 1. Before we get into the tarot, I have a message from the animal. So the animal that you guys have is the panda bear. And they are just super cute, but I also learned that they're also loners, which is quite interesting, and they're a bit sensitive. Pandas usually live in the remote mountainous regions, and they do not like the sounds of humans. They don't like loud sounds, and honestly, we can relate to that. In Eastern traditions, panda is a good luck symbol of peace and harmony. This is why the panda moves slowly and focuses on one thing at a time. So you may want to watch a panda and see how it walks around. Notice its elegance of simplicity. And also, pandas advocate a calm lifestyle that values patience, contentment, and quiet wandering. I feel like with the panda as your spirit animal, because they're just so adorable, I feel like you're probably super cute or handsome, whatever one you want. But you're also very gentle, and people notice that because the pandas it has this distinct marking of black and white with its cute little black ears and its black eyes. So I feel like you're very noticeable, and people realize that you're super gentle. And also, the panda is calling for you to express yourself firmly but gently. I also feel like you really enjoy your solitude and alone time. Maybe an empath where you go out and you go socialize, but you're just super drained. So when you get back, you just have to like put your phone on mute. Do not talk to me. And you just need to chill out for a bit. Whenever the panda enters your life, I feel like this is a time to question, are you being overly sensitive? Are you going on an emotional roller coaster? If so, the panda recommends or wants you to take a Zen break. Breathe deep and slow down, and find the balance of nurturing yourself with beauty in what you love, and learning how to say no to those and establishing your boundaries and expressing yourself firmly but gently. Also, I don't know if you've ever seen a bear walk, but it is one of the most majestic things ever. The way they just kind of trottle back and forth. They're just so cute and derpy. But I feel like people may be drawn to how you walk. With our tarot cards, we first have the Nine of Wands in reverse. And this could mean that you're struggling to keep working towards your goal. You're about to give up. You feel like the weight of the world is crushing you. And you're just kind of going berserk like that guy in the card. So this is whenever your animal guide sees you and feels you, whenever they're there to reassure you. So whenever you're feeling like that, that's whenever they want to enter your life and give you some peace of mind. It could also be whenever you need to set some clear boundaries, whenever you want to be firm, but since you're a gentle soul, you may not want to take the more assertive action. But I'm hearing that you can call upon the panda whenever you need to set those boundaries and be more firm with people. And another thing I'm getting is throughout your past lives, the panda has come into your life during times of confusion and whenever you're not able to make a firm decision. And I feel like in some of your past lives, you may have been a person in power, especially with Thorin sitting on his gold, or you may have had a lot of wealth at the time. And there may have been people trying to get your wealth or trying to steal it from you. And I feel like that's whenever the panda really emerged in your past lives to remind you to be firm and not let those people take over your life. Not only that, but not letting them steal from you any longer, whether that be money or your spiritual energy or your good mood or your good vibes. And the panda, they really want to tell you that you work hard and they see that. You're practical and you work towards your goals steadily. Not only that, but your friends and family see you as their rock. And they really want to remind you that people love you, they're comfortable around you, and they really look up to you. And I feel like the panda also really looks up to you as well. And another message is how you can assist them and assist yourself. And I feel like you can do this by gaining a new perspective, seeing things from the eagle eye point of view. And from that view, they want you to look deeply into your fears, evaluate what causes it, and question whatever is holding you back. They don't want anything to hold you back. You've already been held back for so long. They want you to keep striving and going forward. And the panda is telling me that you channel their energy, or if you haven't, whenever you should channel their energy. So whenever you're feeling that Six of Swords in reverse. And that is whenever you're deciding if you should stay or if you should go. If there's any decision you're unsure about and you don't know what direction to take, that's whenever you need to call on your homegirl or homeboy, the panda, whichever one you want. And I feel like that decision with this rune here, it'll bring you a lot of stability and comfort whenever you do call upon them, especially whenever you're in that frazzled Nine of Wands in reverse state. I feel like their presence or their energy will just give you a lot of comfort and stability that you need in those times. And this beautiful rune here is all about travel. So, whenever you need to look at things from a different perspective or you need to clear your head, the panda is telling you to travel. This could be going in the mountains, taking a hike in the mountains, and just going somewhere different to clear the air and your head. And this rune here is all about life lessons, urgency, restraint, and friction. So I feel like whenever there's a lot of friction in your life, you're going to have life lessons, but that's going to lead to innovations that are necessary for you to move on in this life, to grow up, to level up, especially with that Queen of Coins there. I feel like you need to go through some lessons that you may not like, or you may need to go through some slow growth you're not too happy about to really level up the reason why you're here on this earth. And the panda wants to remind you, even through these hard life lessons that you may go through, the panda is there. Homegirl, homeboy, they're there. And they want you to have good personal boundaries. And they want you to have peace and harmony and balance that great strength you have with sensitivity. And also nurturing your solitude, but also having tranquility. And another message I'm getting is that the panda has been with you for a long time. They've seen your past lives. They've seen those moments, especially with the Queen of Coins, the Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Cups. They've seen how people have taken advantage of the gentle soul that you and the panda bear both share. And they just really want you to work on those boundaries and not let people take over. So now we have the Norse divination cards, and we have Nord, and he stands for economy and revenue. So what have we just been talking about with the Queen of Coins and Thorin's stash and the Seven of Cups? So he is the deity associated with wealth and good fortune, and he ruled over the sea. And he was really good at navigation and the course of the winds. Because back then, during the Viking times, knowing how to navigate the sea was one of the most important things. Because that means you could raid and venture off to new lands. So, with this card also coming up with the travel rune, I feel like you're going to find business or good fortune whenever you travel across the sea. This could be going to see the pandas in their natural habitat. That's what I'm also getting. And we also have our girl, Gerd. So she is obviously very beautiful and the wife of Freyr. And I feel like since the panda has such distinct markings, and you got Gerd, which is known to be one of the most beautiful deities in Norse mythology, I feel like the panda wants to give you a little bit of a confidence boost. They're here to remind you that not only is your soul beautiful and vibrant and amazing, but also your physical beauty, especially with the Queen of Coins coming up as well. The panda wants to hype you up and tell you that you are beautiful or handsome, whichever one you want. And I also feel like you're very graceful. 'Cause earlier I mentioned the walk and how bears walk. I feel like that was more of a graceful walk than like how a bear walks. And let's see what our oracle cards say. We have activated earth, power places, ley lines, and trust where you're led. So there's definitely travel energy going on. The panda wants you to travel, especially with Nord, the deity who rules navigation and going across seas, and the one rune that's all about travel. If you have been called to travel, if there's a place that you want to go, now is the time. The panda is telling you to go and travel. I feel like this is somewhere overseas. And also, the giant pandas live in South Central China, so you may want to go check out China. And next, we have Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, higher learning. For a small portion of y'all, I feel like you're being called to go study abroad, to go somewhere overseas, immerse in a totally different culture than your own. And if you aren't a student, I'm also getting that you should travel and experience a different culture. And then we have the Great Severing, anger, conflict, and softening to love. And with this one, if there are some turbulent seas in your life, especially with that Nine of Wands in reverse, the panda wants you to soften to love. You're gracious, you're joyous. Don't give in to negative juju that can sometimes be Mars energy. And being sensitive with your emotions can sometimes be a rough thing. Or if you're a fire sign or have fire energy, sometimes it's hard to calm it down. But the panda wants you to call on it whenever you're feeling those emotions. And next we have Hadaka. Don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but she is a goddess and her message is the wild. So the first thing I'm getting is to go out into the wild, go somewhere green and luscious, perhaps the forest. And she is also the goddess of extreme beauty. So you have two goddesses of beauty in here, as well as the Queen of Pentacles. So this is confirmation. Do not doubt yourself. You are beautiful inside and out and powerful. Speaking of powerful, we have Ishtar, the Force. She is a Mesopotamian, don't know if I pronounced that correctly, goddess of power. She also has a lot of fire energy, especially with this pairing of Mars energy and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you're a hard and diligent worker. You see what you want out of life and you go for it. I'm getting goosebumps. I feel like you're definitely very powerful, and don't ever lose sight of that. The panda wants to tell you, never lose that. And also be careful. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let that fire engulf you. And also, another message I'm getting is that you may also see white owls and lions. So if you see those animals, whether it be in the newspaper, on Instagram, or actually out in the wild, I feel like that's a good confirmation of you're on the right track. Keep harnessing that energy and go out and get it. Get what you want. You're definitely here on planet Earth for a reason to get what you want out of this lifetime. And that is all that I have for you. So just to recap, the panda bear, the owl, and the lion may be of great significance to you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hello, pile number twos. So y'all have summoned the eagle. So a little bit about this bird is that it can see through deception and is associated with truth and justice. In Native American traditions, eagles are the messenger birds that carry prayers to the spirit world and bring us visions in return. The eagle awakens intuitive insights and deepens spiritual understanding, allowing us to journey far yet still remain grounded on the earth. So, a message I'm immediately getting is that if you have dreams of eagles, after you have the dream, whenever you wake up, you should probably write it down and try to decode it and figure out what it's trying to tell you. Because I feel like that is how the eagle communicates with you. Eagles have this very intense aura. Whenever you see them flying around, they always seem so swift and focused. And not only that, but if you've gone to see an eagle at a zoo or a bird rehabilitation place, they just have this very, whenever you look into their eyes, it's just profound. It's like they're seeing right deep inside of you. I feel like with this as your spirit animal, you also have that same perception. You can see past the ego and how someone's presenting themselves. And you can also easily pick up on who's good for you and who isn't the best for you. It's like whenever you meet someone and you just know that they hate you for no reason. Or also whenever you meet someone and you can tell you're going to be lifetime friends, you can easily see through people. And I'm also seeing that one scene in The Avengers where Loki says, I am burdened with glorious purpose. I feel like that's the same vibe with the eagle. And the eagle also teaches us to transcend limiting viewpoints and open up to greater awareness. And to do this, they want you to dream big and fly to greater possibilities. And now we're going to dive into our tarot cards. Up first, we have our favorite, the Three of Swords, then the Two of Wands, or Two of Swords, then reversed Two of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. The first thing I'm getting is that the eagle enters your life during times of heartbreak, rejection, betrayal, and whenever you're feeling discouraged. And regarding the Three of Swords, it doesn't always have to be the end of a romantic situation. It could also be the end of friendships or the end of any cycle that has been hard on you. And they're there with you during these times because the ego wants to see you soar and fly again. They want to help you lift off the ground and go. And the eagle has helped you in previous past lives during times of reflection. especially with this Two of Swords. The eagle knows that it's hard to make decisions and dream big whenever you're blindfolded to the truth. So they're always there to show you the truth and give you the bird's eye view before you make any big decision. And the eagle knows that you have many fruitful ideas. However, you lack the strategy to go forward. The eagle wants you to make clear and concise plans. Just look at how determined an eagle is whenever it's flying, looking for its prey. They have a plan, and you need to develop one too. And they want you to stay creative and be in control of your emotions. Never let your spark of creativity die. You are strongest when you have harmony between your intellect and your emotions. Also, whenever you call upon the eagle, they want you to have the Ten of Pentacles frame of mind, and that is financial security and you being happy and at peace. And this next rune is known as the Ash Tree. It is associated with healing, strength, and the power of transformation. I see transformations coming your way. And this next rune has to do with possession and energy. So whenever this comes up, this usually means that there is an inheritance of some sort from your ancestors. And for some people, this could be a literal sum of money that's being inherited to you. And for some people, I feel like this could be your inheritance is the spirit animal itself. Perhaps the eagle has been with your family throughout generations, providing guidance to not only you, but to your family. I also feel that another transformation coming is your physical strength. And next we have Gersemi and Hanas, and this card represents treasure, beauty, and design. And these two daughters are from Freya, and their names mean treasure and price. These sisters are strongly connected to creative design and beautiful surroundings. And as their name reflect, they represent longing to achieve beauty. And also, these sisters signify an unforeseen wind in your sail that's going to help you push along on your quest. So this is a pretty good sign that whatever you're currently working on, whatever creative project, you're going to get a spark of inspiration or some sort of reinforcement that pushes you forward. And next we have Ran, and she stands for intuition, subconscious, and currents. So Ran is a goddess who gathers the souls of humans that perish at sea and brings them to her underworld, not to be confused with Hel, that's ruled by Hela in Norse mythology, or Valhalla. They don't go to Valhalla, they go to Ran's little world. And Ran is described as a queen of the subconscious, and as a counterpart to Hel, queen of the underworld. And Hel rules the negative in our subconscious. Meanwhile, Ran is one with the sea, and she is a more gentle ruler of souls. If there are answers to questions that you are seeking, this card showing up means that you need to look into your subconscious or emotional currents for answers to the question at hand. For some people, I feel like you may want to try hypnosis or some sort of meditation, deep meditation that will bring you to a lull state, kind of like whenever you're on a boat and it's just kind of drifting back and forth. I feel like that could be very beneficial to you. And for some more advice, we have the Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Looking into the eye of a whale is something you'll never forget. Whales see into your very being at an instant. You're changed forever. They see beyond the physical, the woundings, the identity, the personality, the story. They see right into your soul. Do you remember earlier how we were talking about whenever you see an eagle's eye, how it just pierces straight into you? I feel like there's something about your eyes or your gaze that people immediately notice and they're drawn to. This card is telling you to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency, to bow to who you truly are, to stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all, to leave your fears, doubts, and baggage at the door, to question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough, because you are good enough. Next we have Double Mission, Light Worker Starseed. Serve the world by being you. There's a lot of messages here about staying true to your authentic self and being who you truly are. If you're someone who has been hidden behind a mask for a while, it's time to take off that mask and show the world who you are. Because who you are is unique and it's beautiful, and people are going to love you for it. The right people will always love you for who you are, no matter what little quirks you have. Lightworker starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something they came here to do, create, or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individually, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way. Their mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger. Usually they remember their collective mission. It can feel as it's something missing or that they're forgetting something important. It's common to feel like you're different, and that you may carry someone else's memories or sharing someone else's voice. And you may need to protect yourself by dimming your light in order to fit in. But this is telling you not to dim your light. Never dim yourself. As I like to call it, never let anybody dull your sparkle. Go out and sparkle and radiate that amazing joy and light that you have to the world. And now we're going to pull some more cards, get some more clarification, and we have Medusa, the monster, the outcast. And then we also have Deer Woman, who's also a monster and is called the Watcher. If there's one thing I'm getting from y'all, is that you're a bit of an outsider, you're different, you're unique, and you're quirky, and the eagle sees that, and they know that, and that's what they love about you. They want to help you soar high into the sky and chase your dreams. Just because you're different doesn't mean you can't do it. You can do anything you put your mind to, and being that unique person that you are is going to be what guides you. And my phone just went off, so I'm going to take that as the eagle, being like, yeah, you're unique, embrace it, fly with it, soar with it. It's what's going to make you stand out. And that's the power that you have to stand out. Your eyes, you see things differently than others. And that's wonderful. That's beautiful. And that's what the eagle wants to say to you. Embrace your uniqueness, and you will soar high and above the clouds. You are unique, and you came here for a reason. Now you may feel lost, but never doubt your reason for being here. Sometimes it takes a while to find it, and that's okay. Alright, well that's all I got for you, pile number 2. Go and share your unique beauty with the world around you, and have a wonderful day! Hello, pile number 3s. So let's see what your spirit animal is. And it is the seahorse. Look how adorable they are. With its curled tail, bony plates of armor, and horse-like head, Seahorse is whimsical and distinct, much like you. Once regarded as tiny sea dragons, seahorses were also believed to lead the souls of the drowned sailors to the underworld. A symbol of power, luck, and guidance, Seahorse offers transport to distant realms and safe passages through emotional seas. Found in calm, shallow, tropical waters, seahorses find coral reefs and sheltered areas to rest. Slowly propelled by their fins, seahorses swim upright. Roamers of the sea, they are patient and easygoing. Spirit of seahorses, teach us to slow down and be happy where we are. If waters become turbulent, seahorses wrap their tails around nearby objects. Seahorses demonstrate how to anchor ourselves through life's stormy seas, advising us to hold on until the current passes. Seahorses have excellent eyesight and can move each eye independently, capable of seeing in opposite directions simultaneously. Seahorses remind us to look around when we are lost or uncertain. Seahorses can help us expand our views by perceiving all sides of a situation. Seahorses invite you to consider alternate perspectives in relationships and in life. And some key words are vision, anchor, patience, and protection. What do you need protection from? The main message that was calling out to me the most was the ability to withstand a strong current. Whenever the seahorse wraps its tail around the piece of coral to anchor itself whenever troubling times are ahead. The spirit of the seahorse is with you whenever you need times of rest and recuperation. They're a sign to hold on to that coral and just know that everything will be okay, because like currents in the sea, they all pass. And for some reason, I'm getting that image of that not seahorse, but that sea turtle in Nemo. You know how he's just like a bro, he's just in the current, just vibing, he's just going with it. So I went back and searched up what Crush said, and he said, "Oh, it's awesome, Jelly Man. The little dudes are just like eggs. We leave them on a beach to hatch, then cuckoo-ca-choo, they find their way back to the big old blue." So I feel like the message here is that you'll find your way back to the big old blue if you're feeling a bit lost. Also, I don't think I said it, but Crush is the sea turtle from Finding Nemo. Alright, going to our tarot cards now. We first have the Sun, then the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and that is the King of Pentacles there. And lastly, we have 10 of Pentacles. So the first thing I'm seeing is that the seahorse is drawn to your bright light. That bright light that shines through any murky current or sea. They see that in you and they're drawn towards that, and they always want to be there to lift you up. I see in your past life you may have been very impulsive or trying to do everything at once, and the seahorse was always there to help ground you whenever you were going out into battle or you're charging forward. They wanted you to think about all the options first before charging in. And the seahorse sees that in this lifetime, you're working to accomplish something great. You're working hard, but they want you to maintain balance. And they're here to remind you that you will have a successful family. You will be successful and happy, but you need to enjoy the little moments along the way as well, and not just solely focus on your work. And they see that whenever it comes to securing your financial security, that you're feeling a bit overwhelmed and you're working with others. And they want you to keep up that great work of what you're striving for. Don't ever let that vision go, and find the right people that will help you along the way. So your seahorse wants you to communicate and talk with your past life to re-fire that spark that you had, that will to keep on going, because that will bring you happiness and prosperity. It'll help you create that foundation that you're looking for. And once you can reignite that spark, that Knight of Wands energy, it's going to bring you a lot of success, especially in the career area. And once you do, you'll be completing a cycle, and you'll be reaping the rewards of that cycle. There are a lot of big and great changes on your way, You're going to have a lot of success in the financial realm, especially with all this pinnacle energy. You're going to get that life that you want. But the seahorse also wants you to enjoy your life now. It may not be perfect, but it's about the journey and not the destination. Wrap your tail around that rock and enjoy what you have. Now this card is about tardiness and lethargy. I feel like all this weight that's on you, whatever situation, is making you tired, and you're not able to harness that Knight of Wands energy that you have. Or perhaps things are going so slow, it's making you feel lethargic and held back. This card also warns of procrastination, a sort of listlessness, a possible depression, lack of aspiration, and a professional life without joy. The seahorse wants to warn you about that and to not get burnt out, but to do something that's creative and sparks joy. And now the next card I'm going to pull is to figure out how to get you out of that, or how the seahorse wants you to get out of that. And we have the card Ermin. Or Iramin is the reconciliation of opposites, and he is a god of Man, my words right now. He is a god of reconciliation between above and below, of the sky and of the earth, of hell and Asgard. He represents the human attempt to reconnect and establish connection between hell and Asgard. So I think this is what it's telling you, is to see what your goal is and see what is holding you back, and make a bridge between them and figure out what you need to do to get over this hurdle or this hump. And some more advice we have to get over this hurdle or hump is the Star Brother. This card is all about Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. I have a feeling you're more protected than you can imagine. It's safe for you to open your heart, and you're being called to be more open to receiving a new level of support from those in your life that love you. Life isn't fully meant to be lived alone. Connect to those that you feel safe and that you can trust. Reach out to them. And next we have a loosen your grip. Loosen your grip. This card is about coping mechanisms, density, addiction, and letting good in. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space, the part we're most afraid to leave empty, the part we guard and don't let grace into. But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us, or clinging to it for fear of it not staying of its own accord, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will. As Buddha once said, you can only lose what you cling to. You're being called to find the courage to loosen up your grip and give up control, to release your coping mechanisms and leave space for grace and the universe to send good things to you. Surrender all that feels dense to the divine. So I think what the seahorse is telling you is to be careful about what you cling on to, what anemone, what piece of coral you're going to cling on to. Cling on to something that's going to bring you joy in life. And next we have Amaterasu, the light. Illumination, creation, and radiance. What was once hidden will come to light. Maybe a truth is revealed, a secret is discovered, or a mystery is resolved. You are creative. What is your hidden talent? Amaterasu wants you to step into your power. You have the tools inside of you. It's time to unleash them. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. But we have the heart, love, commitment, and healing. In Chinese mythology, this deity is a 1,000-year-old white snake goddess, someone who transforms herself into a young woman and falls in love with a mortal man. She bears him a son whose acts of fidelity saves her from religious persecution at the hands of a fanatic monk. So with her card popping up, there may be family or romantic challenges with people that you love the most. You may be experiencing emotions or being overwhelmed emotionally. Love is healing, but it can also be frightening. A fear of control is holding you back. So energy I'm picking up is that there's some situation with your family or friends or with people that you love the most that's causing you a lot of emotional turmoil, and that is making you want to control the situation. But what the cards are telling you and what the seahorse is telling you is that you need to loosen your grip, allow things to flow naturally, because your emotions should be the most important thing. You may be trying to protect something or someone, but your emotions are the most important. So safeguard them with all your heart. And also another thing is that Amaterasu, the goddess of the sun, and also the sun card came up. So I feel like you're definitely a bright beacon of light and joy that comes to people's lives. But you may be feeling lethargic or stuck because of something that's overwhelming you. And the seahorse wants me to remind you that good things are coming. You're not going to be in a rut forever. You need to figure out what that coral is, your little seahorse tail. You need to anchor it somewhere that shines as bright as you. Don't anchor it to the bottom of Mariana's Trench, Anchor it in a nice, the Great Coral Reef or the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Don't let anybody dull your sparkle. Don't let anybody steal your sunshine. That is the message I'm getting for you. And that is all that I have, and I hope you have a wonderful day.